Hey guys, and welcome to episode 38 of Zerganan's Feed the Beast Season 1. I'm sitting here, I've been doing a little bit of tree breeding, and I've come up with a couple of different variations. Right now, I believe this is the one that we started with, right? No, this is what I was able to get. I was able to get a high, right? But the problem is it was also really short as far as the height, which wasn't very good, and it also did not produce papayas because this one the active trait was plums. Now the leaves were still papaya leaves, so no plums would grow on them. So that was a bust, right? Then I ended up with these here, to where they're papaya. They are average height, which is normal for papayas, but they did have the high, but only on the inactive trait, right? Which isn't necessarily bad, because I can potentially, if I wait long enough, get high on both without affecting the height or the species. The other thing is, they're both papaya fruit. So I don't have to worry about this tree going to a plum, by accident. And that's all that they will produce is papayas. So that's what I'm using right now, and I'm waiting for the high to get a pure high. I did get some weird alterations while I was waiting. I think what happened is with that apple oak, I think what happened is it mixed with, say, some apple oak way over there. Kind of funny. Let's go ahead and sleep through the night, and I have a couple things that I'd like to potentially do today. Okay, there's one mod that I have not gotten into at all, right? And it's a really cool mod, and that's Mystcraft. So, what I want to do, actually, let me go ahead and just put the mods here. Mystcraft right here, shift click, and now I just get what's with Mystcraft. Now, it doesn't look like a very big mod here, right? If you just look at the items, there's not a lot of items, but it is a huge mod. So let's get looking into what we need first. The first thing that we're going to need is a writing desk. That's pretty easy, right? I can make that. Writing desk. Easy. And we're going to want some ink files. We're going to want bookbinder, an ink mixer, and the link modifier you can't make. Looks good. I know where I want to put these. Right here in my library. I want to put them. There we go. Okay, so let's put them right here, and I'm gonna do writing desk. I'll do the ink mixer here and bookbinder. Sweet. So this is what I'm gonna need for Mystcraft, and the way that this works is I can put an ink vial in here, and it fills this this basin up with ink. Oh damn it! I don't have any paper. I might have to have my system make some. Oh, there we go. And lots of papaya. So if I put a piece of paper in here, I get the link panel. This is used to create every book with Mystcraft. And what I can do is I can take, of course I'm missing all kinds of stuff today. Okay, we gotta go play with some cows. In case I didn't show you guys before, I have a free roam pasture over here. And I just go get leather when I need it. And the way that I have it set up is I have a feed station with a barrel of wheat that constantly feeds it in. And a chunk loader just to make sure. And as the cows kind of roam around and get close to this, then they start breeding. But I can also, like this, and make them come close. Come on, cows! Make me babies! Okay, time to slaughter the ones that want to stay farther away. Yeah, that should be enough for right now. Okay, so now we can put leather here in our bookbinder. And if I put my link panel, then I'll get a descriptive book, right? And it's just a random descriptive book. Now, if I go and I look at it, you can see I can't see any of the pages because I don't know what's in it. So, just like the achievement just said, it is a one-way ticket. When I go and click on this, it's going to send me to a random world. And the book is going to stay right here. So, I probably want a way back. So let's go ahead and get me that way back. Same thing here. Remember I said the link panel is used in every book. And I need a piece of leather. And what this will get me is a link book, an unlinked link book, right? So that means this is a book that will take me back to wherever I want it to be. But I have to tell it where first, right? So say if I come here, I can tell it I want it to transport me right here. And I just right click, and there we go. Now it's bound to right here. Okay? So, what I can do, actually, let me go ahead and make a few of those. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, just for right now, is I'm going to go ahead and put this down here. Because if I use this descriptive book, it's just going to drop on the ground. Sometimes it has a chance of destroying itself when it drops on the ground or getting damaged or destroyed. So what I want to put it in is a book stand here. So now, just open it up and click on the page. And I'm waiting for the world to load. Okay, looks like I got a cave world. I did put night vision on my helmet, specifically for, doing this, because I don't want, if I turn off my night, like if I take off my helmet, just wait for the night vision to go away. Especially being in a, are we in a cave world? Or am I just under a cave? There we go. See? Now without the night vision, really hard to see. So let's go ahead and put that back on. And I can turn that off. So let's explore a little bit. Yeah, see? Looks like we are in a cave world, but that's kind of... Wait, whoa! What is that? That's really awesome. How do we have trees and stuff in a cave world? Yeah, see, I'm just able to see until everything generates. But this is really, if I was to take off the night vision again, this would be really, really dark. But that's really cool. I guess it's a rainbow. Unfortunately, I don't see anything very interesting in this world. So I want to go back home, right? So how do I do that? Well, again, I'm going to go ahead and put down one of the book stands here. And I'm going to put my linking book and go home. And there we go. We're home. So I'm going to go ahead and make up a few more ink vials. And let's see if we can get really, see if we can find a semi-decent world that's not a cave world to go explore. Okay, so I taught my system how to make glass bottles. But I can't teach my system how to make ink vials because if you look here, ink vials require water bottles. Well, how do I teach my system how to craft water bottles? Right? It can't fill up a water bottle or a bottle unless I do something. So let's see. Do we have an Aqueous Accumulator? No. Of course not. So let's go ahead and we got everything we need from there. Let's go ahead and make an Aqueous Accumulator. Make a couple of them. And I just need one. Right, I'm gonna need 2 buckets of water, some liquiducts, and the last thing is a liquid transposer, but I don't have any here. Well, let's see right here. Well, everything but the reception coral. There we go. And with that, I'm going to need power. So, might as well grab some redstone energy conduit and some ME. And I'm going to need no, I think what I'm going to need is an interface. But I will need an import, just a basic. Precision basic. There we go. So now we should have everything we need to put this together. So I'm going to go ahead and come down here. And I'm just going to put it, I think, right in here. So here's how I'm going to do this. First, I need to set up the Aqueous Accumulator. So I'm just clearing a little bit of room back here. Okay, so let's go ahead and put it just like this. One there, and fill them back up. And Aqueous Accumulator should be filling up with water. Liquiduct. To the liquid transposer. And I'm going to tell it the back is this one here. Yeah, should be the input. And I'm going to say the top should be the input for here. And then we'll do this side is the output. So there we go. That should fill up. And any water bottles we place in here. I totally forgot about power. I hooked up the power, and now everything's working the way that it should. So don't forget the power. Okay, so now, where did that one go? Oh, that was weird. So now I can put bottles in there and get them filled up. Same thing works with, say, buckets or anything that can, hold water. And I had some more glass bottles. Okay, so now I have that, so I can come down here and I can manually fill it. But I don't really want to do that. I want to put my ME interface here. Now we're going to wrench him so that he puts stuff down. And I already had crafted this, and I just said one water bottle, or one glass bottle equals one water bottle. And then, so I just need to hook this up. And last thing, and I'm sorry that it seems like I jumped. What had happened was I had actually figured out what was going wrong, and that's when I figured out about the power. And I actually lost some footage because my hard disks filled up completely when I was recording. So basically, this is what I ended up doing was putting the interface block on top and telling it one glass bottle equals one water bottle. And then just put the input into the import into the network here. And if we put any water bottles or glass bottles, they get filled up, and then they should get sucked right out into the network. Pretty awesome. And if we go upstairs, the last thing that I had done before I realized that I was losing footage is I went ahead and told it one water bottle plus 2 ink sacks equals an ink vial. So I was able to craft up a couple of those. Let me go ahead and sleep through the night here. And I did want to show you this. If you notice, we're here at the bees, and my trees are gone. Why? Well, while I was putting everything together, I'd gotten a couple of variations, and I hadn't looked at this one yet. So this one's a high, low, average, mix. Basically the exact same thing that we planted. But this one here, this one's an average height. That's perfect. Saplings, I don't really care. Yield, high on both. Perfect. And papaya. So now it's a high yield papaya tree. So what I want to do is what I do with every one of my trees that I get that I want to keep or keep quite a bit of, I grow it, and the very first thing that I do, chop it down. And you're probably thinking, well, why would you chop it down? Well, trees basically, they're not like bees where they need 2 of them to reproduce. basically I just plant the tree, and every sapling that I'm getting right here is the exact same. It's an exact copy as the original tree. So I just turned one sapling into 26. Now, when it says yield, I'm wondering if that means how fast these grow, which I'm hoping. Of course, that could be the matures. So maybe we need to look into maybe breeding that into our papayas too. But it does look like they're growing pretty decently fast. Yeah, see, that's really fast right there. That just grew super fast. Yeah, so we only got one papaya, but it just, yeah, it looks, I think that they're growing faster, right? Which is what I want to happen, because now what I want to do is chop down all of these papayas. Now, I'm not going to do this on camera, because that took a while, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop down all these papayas here, and I'm going to use these new saplings, right, to create my farm. So what should happen is then I should have basically a little farm here of super papayas. Basically, they're just going to grow really fast, which is exactly what I want, right? I want them to grow really fast so I can get a lot, because the faster they mature, the sooner I can harvest them. So I'll do that off camera. But now we have our ink, we have our paper, we have some leather up there. You know what? Let's go exploring. So we have this one here. I wasn't real hot on that age. So I'm just gonna chuck it. Right? I don't think I'm ever gonna go back to that one. So again, we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna put in some ink. 1, 2. So we're gonna throw 1 in here and get a book or an age. And then I'm going to create a linking book home. I'm just going to put these away here. I don't need any of this right now. So now I'm going to come back out here, create my linking book, put my descriptive book here. Now I know I'm not naming them, which you can do. And I will name them when I start making custom ages. So let's check this one out. Ooh, I like the stars. Oh, you hear that? So we're in like a hellish biome. Let's check it out. We're not in a cave. I mean, I can see the sky. This is kind of cool. Holy cow. Guest tiers. Yeah, see, we're in like a nether biome with water. Not sure if this is what I'm looking for, especially with the ghasts. Although this might not be a bad place to hunt for ghast tiers. Actually really easily. Oh, and nether fortresses? I wonder if there's blaze spawners. Like, naturally, right? That'd be really, really cool. That's... You know what? I think I am going to keep this world. Now, how do I get out? Yeah, mycelium. Zombie pigmen. It's different. It definitely is different. So far, I have not noticed any instability. When you create random ages like this, there's basically it's just picking. Oh, that one's funny. I need that. I want that hat. Okay, I know. I just pissed them all off. It's okay. When you create a world, any pages that you don't fill in, and I'm going to be going over this a little more later, when we actually have pages to fill in. But any pages that you don't fill in will be filled in randomly. Yes, yes, a blaze spawner. Look at that. Now, what happens when those pages are filled in randomly? It generates random things in the world. You know, everywhere from the stars, the fog, the sun, the moon, the grass color. You know, um, like this. I mean, it affects everything in the world. And when you choose things at random, sometimes they have a chance to create instability in the world, which could create negative effects on the player. Um, like, I'm just gonna pull my stuff off here, make sure that there's not like it's not like blocking anything. Yeah. Sometimes you get like hunger or blindness, or or mining fatigue. I'm sure that we're running into those somewhere along the line. But also what you can get is instability in the world itself. You might get really lucky and get like diamond tendrils, right? Which I'll show you tendrils when we find them. But that creates a lot of instability. So your world might literally start to eat itself. Just kind of disappear into nothingness. Um, or or you might have random explosions. There's all different kinds of instability that you can get. Now, if you're wondering what I'm doing, besides just flying around like a madman, I'm actually looking for a specific structure that's generated in Mystcraft worlds. There we go. Okay, so I'm looking for a specific structure, and when I see it, I will know. Although this is really cool to have nether fortresses out in the open here. There it is, with a nitro creeper. Ooh, that's scary. I didn't even think of that. In a world that obviously is listed as a hell biome, which is what the nether is, and it has nether creatures, then obviously the creepers would be nitro creepers. Okay, so here's a building. It's created by Mystcraft, right? And it's in the Mystcraft ages. And they basically spawn just about anywhere. I've seen them in the middle of the ocean. And if you go inside, it's always like this. There's always cobwebs, and there's a couple of pages normally. So let's see what this is. Page yellow, which is just a color, right? It's a modifier. Another page yellow. Wow, we hit the jackpot. Ooh. Okay. Anyway, regardless, it will be nice to go ahead and take some books. Nope, not there. There we go. In these, normally in this corner here, or this corner here, there is always a chest. So look in every single one. And if we open it up, that's more like it. So we have water blocks, red, another color, not bad. Another lava blocks. No, water blocks. Okay, so water and lava. Huge biomes. Single biomes, that's going to be a cool one. Sunset color. Dark stars. Not bad. Let's go ahead and just collect up a few more books. Not that we're going to need a whole lot. Not anymore. older versions of Mystcraft, you needed a lot of books. I actually would think it would be a better idea instead of instead of the books, maybe have it so that there's a chest with a couple of ink vials and maybe some writing quills and stuff like that. Mainly for the ink vials, because then you can use them, right, to continue your traveling. So if I continue going in basically any one direction, I will eventually find myself another one of those buildings. They're just randomly generated. Um, Normally you don't find them close to each other. So say like if I was heading north here for a long time and then I found this one, um, then chances are I could head a little bit in every direction and not find one. Now if I went far in whatever direction, then I probably would. But generally they're not too close to each other. Like I wouldn't expect to be able to see another one from where I am. Sort of like villages, right? They're not they're not so uncommon that you never see them, but they're not so common that they're everywhere. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my linking book to get home. Yay! So what I'll go ahead and do is I'll go ahead and between this episode and next change out the papayas. And I might go searching for a few more books. Now, one last thing I did not show that I do want to show right before we end, the writing desk. Now, the writing desk, what this is for storing your pages, right? And what we need is we need a notebook, which is one of these, right? Basically just 3 pieces of leather. Easy enough. I already have leather on me, actually. Table. This will work. So there we go. We have a notebook. I'll put that back in there. I know it looks like a crafting table, sorta, kinda. It's kinda weird. So if I put my notebook in here, I can put my pages inside this notebook. And when I take the notebook out, the pages are gone. So it's a cool way to store them. And I will get into naming these and sorting our pages. But for right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw them all in here because I don't want to carry them in my inventory. I'll sort through them later. And then just hit the middle mouse button and they all get nice and lined up and put in alphabetical order. Okay, and with that, you guys should be able to have some fun with Mystcraft on your own. And I will see you guys later.